Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. Speaking of coming, a court ruled that Google is liable for false statements generated by AI overviews.
I saw this. Oh, that makes me so happy.
By Laura Schiltz. Yeah, made me come.
It made you. I see corporation
I just came in
getting
like cotton polyester spandex things.
I see corporation getting fucked over by reality. I came.
The ruling holds that a company that designs, trains, operates, and manages an AI system must assume legal liability for any damages caused by the responses it generates. Good.
You said trains. Why did I get happy when you said trains?
You want to run a train somewhere?
That's not
that kind of train?
Not that kind of train.
The
more
autistic
like
train?
That one.
Okay.
Like, I do believe that when it is a Google search, I am the one who is responsible for the... What?
I want the plaintiffs to run a train on Google.
Okay, good. So, like, when it's a Google search, I am the one who is ultimately responsible for what comes out of that search, right? But when it is a robot explaining something to me, the robot is responsible. But since the robot doesn't have the ability to be responsible, the person who owns the robot should be responsible in their stead.
Mm-hmm. Well, so the way the courts looked at it, so Google's defense was basically like, we have a disclaimer up that says that it might lie to you, so you're not supposed to trust it. But so what was happening was there was a company that when you Googled the name of their company, the AI search results linked them with a bunch of scams and phishing attempts and malware and stuff like bad actors. None of that was true. They're a legit company, and Google was telling people straight up, this is a scam, basically. Thank you for the super chat. Balthazar 228 says, maximum cockroach has come to MTG 1 mana half when this enters the battlefield until your next turn. Whenever opponent plays, draws, or discards a card, you gain a treasure. Why are you making me read magic card descriptions?
I will say this. I understand if anybody in my chat or Rhino's chat is excited about the new Magic the Gathering set coming out because a lot of people really love Marvel. I will give you my opinion. I've already given it a lot on my channel, but I'll give it right now. I am so goddamn tired of 3 fucking things. I'm tired of Universes Beyond flooding Magic. I'm tired of 7 Magic sets a year when we used to get 4. And that's fucking expensive. And I'm tired of Marvel. I'm tired of these 3 things, and somehow Wizards of the Coast thought gluing them all together would make me happy. No.
I mean, it's just like how companies are like, hey, you like AI, right? Like, fucking... So the episode of the No Rogan Experience.
Yeah?
Not the Joe Rogan, the No Rogan. With Cecil and Marsh. Cecil and Marsh. They listened to a Mark Andreessen episode. Andreessen has a bunch of stake in an AI company. And ordinarily, if you go on Joe Rogan's show and you say the vaccine works, he'll be like, oh, but follow the money. Big Pharma's making so much money from the vaccine, so you can't trust them because they're making all this money off of it. Sit a billionaire down in front of him who owns an AI company. And then when the billionaire is like, AI's good, Joe will be like, yeah, I don't understand why people don't like it. It's like, why aren't you following the money there, Joe? Anyway, my point with that one was, I forget what my point with that one was. Where was it gone? What did you say that got me off on this tangent?
Very good question. It was the Marvel thing. They did all these things, and I didn't like any of them, but they assumed I would.
Yeah. So one of the things that he brought up is like, okay, well, when you look at the polls, when people are asked of their opinion of AI, everybody hates it. Mark Andreessen was like, yeah, but we know that's not true because we see the numbers. Everybody's using it.
Fuck that. No, no, that is the same shit. Okay, Magic the Gathering, Mark Rosewater on Bloggertog
That's
constantly says that no, everybody loves Universes Beyond because the numbers say that because they're buying it. Like, do you
that's
understand how many people who don't give a shit about this game are buying into that market right now? No, stop using fucking sales numbers to justify every goddamn thing you do.
Oh, but see, it's even worse than that with AI though, because with AI, it's like, yeah, I did a Google search, and I scrolled past the AI answer. Did that count as me using AI? From the metric thing, they saw queries, they saw tokens being used. Yes, this guy used AI, even though he hates it and scrolled right past the thing. Every time I fucking open up my phone and start typing, and the auto like my phone updated, and now there's a bunch of AI features in it that I haven't figured out how to disable yet.
My
And
car now has Google Gemini.
oh god. But one of them, it's using AI in the spell check now, and so one of the behaviors that it has now started doing is I will spell a word correctly, and it will then change it to a different correct word based on what it thinks I'm trying to say, instead of just letting me type the word that I typed. It is so frustrating, and I'm like, every time it does that, that counts as a use of AI, does it not? But I hate it. I want you to take it away. I want you to stop forcing it on me. But then they're like, oh no, but see, they're using it, so that means they love it.
No, it's not what any of that
No,
means.
it means
Not
I
even a
didn't have
little
a
bit.
choice in the matter. But, you
Did you
can use
hear
it.
what Anthropic just did, by the way, speaking of AI bullshit?
What?
Thank you for subscribing, Milanomi. I do
That's
love
what
you, dear
Anthropic
Golem.
did? They subscribed to you?
No, 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 no.
Whoa!
So I mean, two things. One, Claude 5 got axed by the United States government. That was kind of funny. But two, the other thing that happened with Anthropic recently is they have changed the payment process for their tokens. It used to be that you had a certain number of tokens that you got per month with your subscription. And then now what they've done is they've increased the price of tokens for everybody who's using it, but they're giving them a few, a handful of credits every month to make up for the increased price in the tokens. So people who are using it a lot for like debugging and coding and stuff like that, like they're having to pay out the fucking ass for it now because they're doing the drug dealer thing. First hits free.
Yeah, they're at the I need to start turning a profit stage of enshittification.
Yep.
Anyway, so back to the story, which all the AI stuff can stay in this story, Piper, when you're editing. So the Munich Regional Court preliminarily ruled that Google is liable for a series of false statements that it generated by its AI overview features, requiring the company to prevent the dissemination of erroneous or inaccurate claims through its search engine. So this is where the clarification they made is like, if Google just links to a bunch of third-party websites and the third-party websites contain wrong information, Google can't be liable for that because they're just indexing the websites. But when they author yeah, it's AI doing it, but it's Google's AI is authoring a blog article based on its sources, and then it just makes shit up that isn't in any of its sources, it now becomes the third-party thing. So, like, yes, that is liable.
I think that's perfectly
they are
reasonable.
liable to that. So,
like, what is a better authority on anything than the search engine that has been known to produce the best search results of all time? Now that you've bought that trust from people, you need to use it responsibly. And if you don't plan on using it responsibly, then we all know why you took down the sign in your fucking place that said "Do no evil."
yeah, so the court said that Google's tool produced independent, new, and substantial statements based on misinterpretation of information available on the internet. And according to the court again, correcting misinformation on Google's site is not the responsibility of the third parties. Google is the only entity with the ability to modify the technology underpinning its AI-generated summaries, and therefore must be held accountable.
Yup.
Good.
Good. Again,
Imagine that being held accountable for the thing that your product does.
like, I'm sorry, but every single thing. I have said this multiple times. I do not think AI is the devil. I think they can be used responsibly. Here's the problem. Not a single fucking CEO, not a single person who owns any of this tech and is distributing it is responsible with it. Not
Nope.
a one.
Yeah, they're fucking flying around everywhere trying to open data centers that nobody wants. And I don't know if you saw that. I forget the guy's name. It's he started out as a musician and he kind of like accidentally found himself becoming a gray hat hacker
Mm-hmm.
just through like I'm fed up with this thing in the music industry, so I found out how to do this. And part of it was like poisoning your music against AI scraping.
Yep.
But one of the things that he did recently was he went to a few data center locations and he took infrasound measurements. And infrasound actually has been shown, like scientifically, not just people saying, "Oh, I feel woozy because the data center's there now." Infrasound actually does cause real measurable physiological effects like dizziness, nausea, just a sense, like a feeling of blah sort of thing. So,
Just
like,
a feeling that something's wrong.
yeah. And so these data centers are producing inordinately large amounts of this infrasound. And so, like, they're actively destroying the lives of the people who live in these communities. Like, there was one little girl who was having seizures. And when they moved away from where the data center was, she stopped having seizures.
Weird.
Now that's one that can't necessarily be completely tied to the data centers or whatever, but it's plausible.
It doesn't have to be completely tied to it, but like enough information is there.
Ben Jordan, we're getting that's the YouTuber I'm talking about. And so like, but these companies are just pushing for more and more of these things, even though like the bubble is, from what I've seen from other people talking, the bubble looks like it is going to pop soon-ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to tell based on like as long as the government's pumping money into it, who fucking knows? They can keep a bubble going for a really long time. But like all the consumers hate it. None of the AI companies are profitable. Anthropic's doing stuff like what you mentioned earlier, where they're desperately trying to make some money. So yeah,
Yup. Is just a bunch of people being stupid and evil, and there is no reason to trust any of them, but don't worry. They can all be trusted.
yeah.
110%.